Welcome to a new type of content I've been wanting to try for a while. This card game's been a passion of mine for a long time, and it's about time I give this a try. So without any more waiting, let's get to the reveals. But also keep in mind we only have the art revealed and the themes for each deck. No effects have been shown so far. First up, we have the Valiants, which are already giving me some huge Fire Emblem vibes with their artwork so far. But my best guess to how they will play is something like having a specific name in the Pendulum Zone, or having so many on the field at the same time of their archetype. Hopefully there will be a Link monster to go along with them at some point. Either that or the new Link monster beyond the Pendulum will work well with them. Now out of the three so far, this is the one by far has me the most interested. From that amazing artwork to the possibility of having a Dungeons and Dragons-like deck, or something similar to it. Maybe some spells and traps to replicate traps and encounters hopefully, but that art especially has me interested in where this deck is going, from the giant weapon to boss wielding it on the art. I already expect it to cost quite a bit second-hand online, since any deck with any attractive artwork like this tend to become popular regardless of their viability. Now this doesn't give much away with the art to what it's supposed to be. The translation from its name is supposedly a mix of Divine and Tombstone, or can be read as Divine and Secret mixed together. But the markings do seem to be Norse, but I haven't translated them around the base of the statue on the artwork. If someone can put the translation in the comments, that would be really useful. Next up, let's cover some of the cards from Dimension Force. Since I mentioned this one earlier, let's start with her. Beyond the Pendulum can add one Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand by paying 12,000 life points, while also negating Pendulum effects until a Pendulum summon is performed. Also, when you Pendulum summon two monsters with different levels, you can target and destroy cards on the field. Well, this feels very familiar to a certain other Pendulum supporting Link monster, doesn't it? After all, why give us back an old card off the ban list, when you can make a better version and profit? Then potentially ban it later on and give us back the old card in another pack as a reprint. Wouldn't surprise me if they decided to go down that path. But back to the current card, I can see this being added into most Pendulum decks as soon as it's released, since a search for a life point cost and the advantage of destroying cards is great. Next up is a new spell for Ice Jades, which requires their field spell to be on the field, and at least one Ice Jade monster for its first effect, which prevents your opponent from activating monster effects the same turn they're summoned, almost like summoning Sickness from Magic the Gathering in a way, or a miniature version of Skill Drain. It sounds like indecent floodgate effect that doesn't affect your own cards. The second effect deals burn damage equal to the attack of an Ice Jade monster that is destroyed, just one, not multiple. Although it does trigger them more than one is destroyed at once, so it still has some uses against any board wipes. However, I don't know much about Ice Jades and their preferred game plan. Last up for now is the newest War Rock spell card. They really don't want to give up on this deck, do they? Feels like they're just throwing rocks at a wall and seeing what sticks now. Well, you have a level 7 or higher War Rock monster, and your opponent controls a special summoned monster. Neither player can activate monster effects during either player's first main phase, but only monster effects on the field, which means that hand traps are still active, so Effect Veiler, Ash Blossom, and every other hand trap that can mess with your turn is still live. I suppose having it stop all activated monster effects would be insane, especially considering how easy it is to get out a monster that meets the level requirement in War Rocks. The last effect to set any War Rock spell or trap can come in handy, since it avoids being negated by Ash Blossom, while restricts you only special summoning warrior types isn't an issue for the deck. Overall, it's a decent card for a casual deck. It'd take a small miracle for War Rocks to see any use competitively, or every other deck in the game being nerfed to an insane amount. But I'm sure there will be more War Rock support soon enough, even though they could give new cards to decks that people want to actually use. Such as Time Thief or Trickstar, maybe even Luna Lights could use some new cards compared to War Rocks. If you want giant attack monsters, there's far better choices out there than War Rocks. Overall, the new decks are going to be fun to see as new cards get revealed over time, and I'll try and upload new videos when they get revealed. Also, thanks to 15.i for the text-to-speech program existing. Link will be in the description below for you to check out. Also, a bit stuck on ideas for next Dungeons and Dragons build, so if you have any suggestions for characters, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.